Hello everyone, I am Dr. Normi Nonglan and welcome to today's session of Continuing Professional Development, and today I will be talking on the topic, the interactive classroom. These are the 10 powerful ways to engage every voice. So it will be for ages 5 to 15. So let us talk about, beyond just listening. The first question I would like to ask you is this. What's the difference between a student who is present in class and a student who is truly engaged? It's everything, right? Engagement isn't just about having students listen quietly. It's about getting their minds firing, their hands moving, and their voices heard. It's the magic ingredient that turns a mere lesson into a memorable learning experience. I understand that at times we rush to complete a course, but these simple methods of engagement will help students in the long run. It would make them excited to learn. But how do you capture and hold the attention of a fidgety 6-year-old, a curious 10-year-old, and a skeptical 14-year-old? The answer isn't one size fits all. So, therefore, today we are diving deep into the art and science of student involvement. We'll start with foundational strategies that work across all age groups. Then we'll break down specific high-impact techniques tailored for elementary students and powerful methods to engage older, middle, and high schoolers. Whether you're a new teacher or a seasoned veteran looking for fresh ideas, this is a playbook for you. So let's unlock the secrets to a truly active classroom. So the all ages foundation, universal principles of engagement. So before we split into age groups, let's talk about the universal truths. These 3 foundational techniques are your bedrock. They work just as well in kindergarten as they do in the 9th grade. So you just have to adapt the content. Now the first one is the power of think, pair, share. Yes, we all know this is the classic for a reason. It is simple. There are 3 steps process to turn passive learning into active processing for every single student. Yes, we have discussed this in episode 16, but in case you missed it, I'm just going to tell you how it works again. So this is the same method I still actually use in my classroom. So how it works? First, you pose a thought-provoking question. You give every student 30 to 60 seconds of silent thinking time. So this is crucial. It honors introverts and gives everyone a chance to form a thought. Next, you have them turn to a nearby partner and share their ideas. And finally, you call on a few pairs to share what they discussed with the whole class. Now, why it's great? Well, you've just transformed a 1-person response into a 100% participation activity. It's low stakes, builds communication skills, and ensures no one can hide. And also it incorporates movement. You have to use this, is the second point. So a body in motion is a brain in motion. Now, sitting still for long periods is a recipe for disengagement at any age. They might even fall asleep. So how do you do it? Use the 4 corners of the classroom. Label the corners of your room, A, B, C, D. And you pose a multiple choice question on the board and students walk to the corner that represents their answer. So how to do it? Secondary point, you can use what is also known as gallery walks. So pose questions, images, or problems on charts around the room. Have small groups of students rotate through each station, discussing and adding their ideas with a marker. So it breaks up lectures and promotes collaboration. Now, another point is strategic questioning. So the questions you ask determine the level of thinking in your room. So we need to move beyond simple recall. So we need to know if the students have really understood the lesson. So the technique that you need to use is the no opt-out. If you call on a student and they say, I don't know, don't move on. You can say, that's okay, let's think it through, or I'll come back to you. Or you can give a hint to that student. So you can even go to another student for the answer and then return to the first student to have them repeat it. So this creates a culture where I don't know isn't an escape route, but the beginning of a learning moment. It tells every student, I believe you can get this, and I won't give up on you. This is actually very important for the students. Engaging younger learners, ages 5 to 8. All right, let's zoom in on our early elementary superstars. For this age group, engagement needs to be tangible, playful, and multi-sensory. So using personal whiteboards, or if you have that small tiny blackboard too. So this probably is the single greatest engagement tool for this age. So how it works? Give every student a small whiteboard and a marker, or a chalk and a slate. I understand again that getting certain products is difficult for most schools, due to lack of funding and so on. Or, therefore you can shift to slates, or, if it's not regressive, you can use it. So there's a reason for this. You can use them for everything, like practicing letter formation, solving simple math problems, drawing a character from a story, or a quick thumbs up, thumbs down check for understanding. So why it's magic? It gives you a real-time snapshot of who understands and who is struggling. It's low stakes, so kids aren't afraid to make mistakes. And the simple act of writing and erasing is incredibly satisfying for them. It'll make them feel at ease even if they make a mistake. So call and respond routines. Now this is the second point. This is a classic technique to get and keep attention. It builds community and makes listening active. For example, the teacher says, hocus pocus, and then the class replies, everybody focus. So the teacher says again, all set, and the class replies, you bet. So this is how you have the participation. So how to do it? So you create your own unique chance for transition, or getting quiet, or starting a lesson. Make them fun, and rhythmic. So this is a playful way to ensure everyone is with you before you give instructions. Therefore, they need to pay attention. And another point is turn and talk. This is a simplified version of think, pair, share. It's perfect for younger kids or children. Now, how it works? After reading a page in a story or explaining a new concept, simply say, turn to your partner and tell them one thing you just learned, or tell them what you think will happen next. It gives them a structured way to process information and verbalize their thoughts, which is a critical part of learning at this age. Then you also gamify everything. Not video games really, but you gamify. Now, young children are wired to learn through play. How to do it? Turn reviews into a simple board game. Use online platforms like Kahoot with pictures instead of text. Have a mystery box where students have to guess the object inside using descriptive words. So when learning feels like a game, participation is never a problem in the classroom. Now, involving older students ages 9 to 15. Now for the tweens and teens, engagement here shifts from play to purpose. They crave autonomy, relevance, and the chance to tackle complex problems. So we can have the first point is to have this project-based learning, also known as PBL. Now, this is the gold standard for engaging older students. What is it? Instead of learning discrete facts, students work for an extended period to solve a real-world problem or answer a complex question. And the project is all about learning. For example, instead of a test on the water cycle, a science class could be tasked with researching local water quality and creating a public service announcement campaign, to raise awareness about pollution. So they not only learn the science of things, but also research skills, media literacy, and civic engagement. It answers the age-old question, when will I ever use this? This is the question we all ask ourselves all the time. Now, the second point is structured academic controversy, SAC. Teens love to argue. Let's harness that. SAC is a structured way to turn that energy into critical thinking. How it works? You pose a controversial question with no easy answer. For example, you can say, should social media companies be more heavily regulated? So students are put into small groups, and pairs within the group are assigned a side, and they must argue for their assigned side using evidence, then switch sides and argue for the opposite perspective. Finally, the group drops their roles and works to find common ground. So this is one of the best methods you can use in the class. Now, why it's powerful? It forces students to look at an issue from multiple perspectives, use evidence to support a claim, and practice civil discourse, which is very important in the society today. So, give them choice. Again, autonomy is a massive motivator for this age group. How to do it? Offer a learning menu. For a final project, students can choose between writing an essay, creating a podcast, that would be a bit difficult, you might have to help them there, designing an infographic, or filming a short documentary with the help of mobile phones. So all options must demonstrate the same level of understanding, but the student gets to choose the path that best suits their skills and interests. When students have control, their investment skyrockets. So we come to the end here. So let's recap our playbook. We start with our all ages foundation, think, pair, share, movement and strategic questioning. So for our younger students, we bring learning to life with personal whiteboards or black slates or playful call and response chants, quick turn and talks, then gamification. Then for our older students, we tap into the growing maturity with purposeful project-based learning or structured academic controversy and motivating power of choice. So the real goal of all these techniques is the same. What is that? To transform the classroom from a place of passive reception to a dynamic workshop of active learners. It's about honoring every student's voice and intellect. So now it's your turn. What's your go-to strategy for getting students involved and engage in your classroom? So drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's create the ultimate resource for teachers everywhere. Now, if you found value in this video, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the art of teaching. And thanks for watching again. Now, go out there, get every single student involved, and we'll see you next time. Kubleshibun.